Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to Centurion's Review, the punk rock band of war game review institutions. This is the top 10 reasons I showcase games off the beaten path. A friend of mine asked why I choose to showcase games off the beaten path when I could instead concentrate on popular games and get more views. His assumption's probably true for my YouTube channel, but it's not true for my website. My website gets plenty of views. However, my YouTube channel only gets light traffic. So without further ado, here are the top 10 reasons I choose to concentrate on games off the beaten path in no particular order. Number 10. When I was a young, impressionable computer engineering student in the mid-90s, my professor asked us to create our first website. He warned us that the web was filled with a very low signal-to-noise ratio. This is because some of the content on the web wasn't very useful, and others was just regurgitated information that plenty of other people had already put out there. I did an astronomy website for that school assignment, but always remembered what the professor told us. My website and YouTube channel are about showcasing great games that have received very little attention from reviewers. In some cases, my reviews or YouTube videos are the only information about these games out there other than the Board Game Geek listing for them. Speaking of Board Game Geek, in many cases, my reviews or videos are the only content linked to it. And number 9, I march by the beat of my own drum. When I buy a game, it's because there's something about the game that interests me. Internet forums are filled with people who seem to be more interested in buying a game because someone else likes or approves of it. A good example is when someone asks, what's the most popular World War II game out there? This person's more interested in buying a game that will win the approval from other people. I'm interested in buying games that will win my approval. And number 8, games off the beaten path often cover unique topics or periods in history. Board games designed to appeal to the masses will never cover these, as they want to appeal to the broadest group of people as possible. Example of this is if you create a game about the Uganda-Tanzania War of 1978, it's going to have a very small audience, so you're not going to sell that many copies. However, if you create a game about World War II or a Euro, you're going to have a much larger audience, and you're going to sell many more copies. Alright, number 7. Many of these games off the beaten path that I showcase are old games from the golden era of wargaming. These games were fun, played fast, and usually easy to learn. What I absolutely adore about these old games is when people post messages about them, reminiscing about them, and they tell me stories about the game's designers or manufacturers. I like bringing back the good memories in people. And playing these old games brings back good memories of playing games with my dad or with his friends. They also bring back memories of the 1970s and 1980s, which was a fantastic era to grow up in. Alright, and number 6, micro games. If you're on my channel, somehow micro games always has to enter the conversation. All micro games are games off the beaten path, and they're some of my favorite games to play. I play at least one new war game every week, and microgames short and easy to learn rule sets make this possible. I reserve microgames for weeks when I just don't have time to learn and teach others a big box game with a 38-page rule set. Alright, number 5, games off the beaten path sometimes use new mechanics that have never been tried before. Microgames, postcard games, and magazine games often do this. That's one of the many reasons why I love those formats. Number 4, I could not afford to run this website and YouTube channel if every game I showcased was brand new popular games. Each week I review one game on my website and do first look videos of at least 2 others on my YouTube channel. If I used brand new games, this would I'd have to shell out probably $720 to $900 a week on brand new games, and my wife would just kill me. But manufacturers do donate a very small percentage of the games I showcase, though, and I greatly appreciate that. However, getting a lot of these games on the used market saves me a considerable amount of money. Number 3, I've played thousands of tabletop games in my lifetime and want to play games that have as few similarities to games I've already played as possible. Often I play a game, and within a few turns I can almost predict what games the designer liked to play and what games influenced the game. one of my pet peeves is when I play a game and it's essentially just a reskin of an old game with a new theme or period. Of course, the new author never mentions that he was inspired by some old game that he thought no one remembers. Well, I remember it because I probably played it last month. Number two, when people read my reviews or watch my videos, I want to expose them to games that they have never heard of or never even considered buying. In addition to that, I don't want to spoon-feed anyone. In my written reviews, I explain the basics of the rules, my experience playing the game, and what I liked or didn't like. Even though I state whether or not I recommend the game, I hope I gave enough information on the game that you can decide whether or not you want to buy the game before you get to the last paragraph where I recommend it. And number one, the Centurions Review is the punk rock band of War Game Review Institutions. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the video and have a good evening.